Oh, yeah.
Hello. I like that shirt, Danny. It's very nice.
What up?
What's so cool?
Gotta
What's
represent.
that? What's that sound?
Oh yeah, what does that say?
I don't know. What does it say?
Oh wow!
Hey, wait.
Anything on the back?
Wait. And QR code on the back.
All those stream clippers. Go ahead and get that on a clip.
Yeah. So let's see. We got some stuff to dive in. We were going to do our Christmas ranking this week, but then some news broke. Skeet Ulrich was talking Scream 7, and he was talking Sam Carpenter. So we're going to get to that very shortly. We have several people with us, so let's go ahead and say hello to people. So Richard Skorenki. I believe that Sam Carpenter won't be back for Scream 7 because of the issue with their firing. It's still not been resolved. We will talk about that very shortly. We got Shannon McDonald with us. Hey, Shannon. We have Solar Guy AJ with us.
What's up?
King Matthew with us, and we'll have some of our familiar faces, I'm sure, with us very soon. And then once we get going with the Scream stuff, we'll throw on the comments on the stage too, so everybody can go ahead and interact if we don't get a chance to keep up. But how's everything going? Let's start off with some Scream news of Danny's. Danny, what do you got going on in the Scream world?
All right, everybody. So the Indiegogo is being worked on. Is about to come up shortly, right, Dave?
Yep.
Right. Yep. It's about to get up shortly. We need everyone to go ahead and look at the perks. Everything that we're selling is going to be amazing, and we have a little surprise for you guys as well coming soon. So maybe a trailer, huh? Mm-hmm. Maybe a trailer, maybe a sneak peek following that. I don't know. So stay tuned. Not only here for nERDbox for Scream Behind the Mask. That's the official title for the fan film that we are doing, which nERDbox is a part of as well. So I can't wait to show you guys. Super excited.
Fun stuff. Lizzie with a Y is with us. Hey, Lizzie.
Hello.
All right. So let's talk about a couple of things before we dive into our topic for today, which is Scream 7 and Sam Carpenter. A lot of us have been kind of talking about Sam's involvement in 7, so we'll dive fully into that very shortly. But a couple of things that are going on is, well, tonight is the season finale of Welcome to Derry.
I can't wait to watch it.
Episode 7
Dude,
was brutal.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
Brutal, man.
Oh, man, I loved it. You hear me complaining all the time, Dave. I'm like, let them kill the kids. Let them do it. And they're doing it. I was like, yes! I'm like, it was so heartbreaking, don't get me wrong, but I'm like, finally, we get some dark stuff. Like, I feel like everyone's like tiptoeing on eggshells. Like, no, we don't want to offend anybody. But oh my God, it was incredible.
No, they're all in. Like, if anybody hasn't started watching Welcome to Derry and have been debating it, no, definitely watch it. There is some CGI in it that looks a little out of place at times, but you'll get past it. The story is fantastic, but man, that last episode, I almost turned it off, not because it was bad, but it was like a gut punch, and that's hard for me to like sit there and say, yep, nope, I can't do this. It was horrifying.
I mean, the whole entire episode, the subject matter, I mean, it was an emotional roller coaster from
it was
event that took place to certain unaliving moments to Pennywise running amok. Like, I mean, this is probably the most unhinged episode of television in a while.
Yeah.
Like,
we did good there, Marcus. No spoilers.
It's always nice to see a show or a movie decide to cross that line. Because there's I'm thinking about it, like the first time that I could think of when they decided to like go that route and like how big it became was The Walking Dead when they took out Lizzie.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
They didn't even fully show that. You just got like a silhouette of basically what was going on, and that was a huge talking point for I would say a couple months.
I made my mom cry for a couple of days.
It's rare.
It was tough.
It was that whole thing was heartbreaking because not only did you get Lizzie getting shot in the back of the head, but you also have she takes out her own sister, and that's something else that we see the aftermath of. And then you sit with the realization that she's like, oh yeah, I was about to do Judith next. Like, holy shit. So when you I haven't watched
there's a lot of men in the room that looked at that situation and went, yeah, well, no shit, they shot her. But you know, it doesn't change the feeling of the.
It's just nice to see when when a story is progressing that way naturally, anyways, and then you find some way to.
Her name's Lizzie.
That I still talk to my therapist about that one.
Yeah.
It's nice to see because there's a lot of times where like you see in TV shows or movies where they're going that route and then they just decide to veer offwards because they don't want to be too overly I guess,
especially when it comes to adaptations.
Especially
when it comes to adaptations, you see a lot lot of adaptations.
I mean, especially for really it though, it makes sense, right?
Matter.
Like if you really think about it, chapter 1. It showed Georgie's getting his arm bit off. Spoiler alert for those who haven't read it. And then honestly, that's really it for the most part. The kids when they're dying, you're not seeing a whole lot in either of those movies. Like
chapter 1 played it pretty safe while doing quite a bit.
It was like Slender Man, the movie.
I think before chapter 1 came out, a lot of movies were still really scared to even show a child get like, for lack of better term, dismembered.
Yeah.
And I also recently watched Terrifier 3. So,
yeah.
So you know, I am now completely desensitized to that. But no, it you know, with like what was it?
Alien vs. Predator.
Alien vs. Predator.
Oh, Requiem.
Even then. Yep. But like, if you didn't see a whole bunch of stuff like dealing with like even Marvel. Marvel has some really dark shit. That like Civil War, the whole thing that started the Civil War thing, and Marvel was that like what 600 some odd kids got blown up in an explosion.
Talking about the comic books.
Talking about the comic books, but the movie just switched it to being Sokovia. And granted, that is still a very big tragedy, but there was like a certain weight with comic book Civil War that like could not be escaped.
Oh yeah. Or how about they figured out who Spider-Man was and immediately went after his family?
Immediately slimed his grandma.
And then we see what Peter Parker's all about.
Oh yeah, we saw Gangster Parker. We saw that New York come out of him real quick. He's like, I'm surprised he didn't wear Tim's. Like he was ready.
He had the black Air Forces.
Oh yeah, he did. Because he put on the black suit. Remember the black suit? He's like, I'm on nobody's side. After the whole Iron Spider incident, he's like, I'm good. Black suit. He's like, everyone can get it. Hands are ready to eat for everyone.
Exactly. Yeah, no, you don't see a whole bunch
I can spank the entire Marvel universe.
Yeah. But no, you know what though? Really quick, Dave, for everyone that you're tuning in, thank you guys so much for tuning in still. We're going to get to Scream real quick. But welcome to Derry. Honestly, guys, if you have not seen it, it's filmed cinematically incredible. The pacing, incredible. The story, incredible. I mean, the acting, phenomenal. The score, insane, right?
Like an
the
HBO
thing
show.
I love most about this, guys, though, if you are a fan of Stephen King, you need to watch this. Because the theory that we all had of watching the old movies and reading the books of how this is all one universe is coming to light in this show. So you got to watch it. If you haven't watched it, watch it. I'm telling you.
This is
awesome. How
like the
impressive that is,
first
too.
original story in the It universe too, right? So this is like the first, like, technically it's not original because it's just bridging the gap between, you know, Pennywise's origin and, you know, the first movie. But it's like it's the first time that they're not going off of a book, and they're doing the work to connect the behind the scenes.
Well, yes and no, because it's actually taking events and certain things from the book that are
that just weren't shown in the movie.
Well, briefly glanced over, like maybe like a paragraph, maybe a sentence or two. But
I was really hoping we'd get that scene that I semi-animated.
Yeah, so what Lukas is talking about, so we have some Lost Horror Media on our channel. We have 2 seasons that are up, and one of them that we did was about the lost baby eating scene by Pennywise. And Lukas, he did a quick job for me, like in 3 days, where he animated out the whole entire
Incredible
script
too.
that's for
Good
that.
job, Lucas. Yep,
And
good
then
job,
we
Lucas.
we have it voiced over and everything. So go ahead and take a look at that because it's done very well. But Lucas, to your point, before we switch over, is the director of the television series and the two movies. He's looking to do a supercut, 6 hours long. And if he does that supercut, I bet you we're going to get that put back in.
I was
Oh,
just
I
gonna
hope
fix
so.
my hat and I heard supercut. No way.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's sick.
Supercuts, I love that place.
You know, it's awesome.
That's how Noah keeps his luscious hair.
$7.99, baby girl. $7.99.
Yeah.
So
All right.
with Kill Bill supercut doing so well in the theaters, we'll probably get that It one. So looking forward to that. All right, so let's transition
Scream.
over to right before we get to Scream.
Oh!
I was before we
Silent.
even get to the next thing, right? I would say very impressive. As someone who's not a Stephen King book fan, very impressive to find out that this is probably one of the oldest variations of a cross world connecting series, other than like Marvel comics, DC comics, whatnot. But like this is like started in the 70s, and we're finally getting an answer to like, yeah, this is all connected in one way or another. That's pretty impressive and very cool.
I think comics have them beat. Unfortunately, in general, they
Universal
just
Monsters
doing
has
that
everybody beat.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Yep.
I would say like comics, like, with comics, like you would expect it though. Whereas like with all this stuff,
comics it happened just
because
because shit just got messy quick. Shit just got real messy real quick, and they needed a way to keep everything in line.
Ooh, Solar AJ just threw I have to flag this. I want to talk about that later. All right, so let's talk about our next topic. So, Danny, I don't know if you had time to see it, so we're gonna keep it spoiler free for you and everybody else because it's opening weekend. Silent Night, Deadly Night dropped this week.
such a great fucking movie.
Yep. I will start off by I went into this film. I have to watch it again, right? And the reason why I have to watch it again, because I think we all kind of talked about when we saw the trailers, like, oh, this kind of looks like a shot-for-shot remake, right? So I'm looking forward to it. That's where my mindset was. But no, it's not. This leans towards Grindhouse, but it doesn't fully commit to being Grindhouse, which I wish it would have. But it's very interesting. Very
it's
interesting.
comedy action horror. Like it. Other than the main character being Billy and this movie being called Silent Night, Deadly Night, I would say that this is nothing like the original. I can't find a single similarity in the actual story other than like how Billy became to be, a little mentally unstable. Other than that, though, this movie added things to it that I was completely not expecting, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was some really cool elements. At first, we all kind of like, when they added the one specific thing that we all know that they were talking about, like, oh, they did that. That's interesting. I wasn't expecting them to go that route. But then it just kept getting better, and I went into this movie. I don't go into movies often being like, I hope they do a sequel. I'm looking forward to a sequel. I saw this like, this was fucking funny and amazing. I would love to see a sequel, especially with the cast that they would have for the second one. And that one scene right in the middle is such a shocking scene.
It's
but
okay.
One of the best fucking payoffs. Don't say it.
But it's in the promotional material. Promotional material.
Yeah,
it is.
really.
On the very last post that I've seen about it, it was from the official account of the Silent Night, Deadly Night movie or whatever the fuck. We already know that they advertised it as Santa killing Nazis. Santa kills Nazis. There's a part in the movie, they advertise it themselves. Santa kills Nazis. It's not a spoiler. They say it themselves. It's really cool. And I'm not going to tell you what the scene reminds me of, but watch it. Watch this movie. It's good. It's pretty damn good.
Batman Annual 1. That's what you need to think of. You need to go to think of Absolute Batman Annual 1.
But no, I also really like this movie. I came in, watching that movie with no information or knowledge on it, so I got to watch that, and then I recently watched the original, and I think the original is pretty okay for what it was. I wasn't blown away by it, but to be fair, I'm not really blown away by much these days. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. I think the remake added a lot of cool like stylistic choices that I really liked. I even told you guys in the theater a couple of them, like that I really liked.
One more thing to know: we were all concerned, right? We were all concerned, or we were all talking about like this could be. I don't know the actor's name, but this could be the guy who played Corey. This could be either his make or break as an actor. I think this makes it for him. This truly shows that Halloween Ends was just a shit movie, which I mean, no surprise there. We know it's a shit movie, but
they poked fun at it. They poked fun at Halloween Ends, but they also had a lot of Easter eggs in there for Friday the 13th and Chucky and lots of other stuff.
So many references and little Easter eggs for other horror movies. I love that.
Yeah. So I will say this, and this may make Danny happy because he hasn't seen it yet, but in the trailer we see Billy pop up from behind the tree, right? And I was like, oh, teleporting like Michael, like Friday, like Jason, and all of a sudden in the background you hear cha cha cha. It's like, oh, they dropped it in there. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
There's an amazing. There's a scene in there that really just like.
Marcus, what do you think?
So for somebody who grew up on the originals, especially the second one, Garbage Day, man, this actually paid good homage to the original two films, in its subtle ways too. It wasn't like throwing it in your face like a lot of movies do when they're paying homage to the original. This one, it does it like subtly in the dialogue, and I like how they did it.
I think it's because this movie was very well made and very intricately done, which is not what I was expecting at all from this movie. Like, it is still like a very fun, simple movie to watch, but like if you're paying attention to it, there's a lot of like very intricate details that they throw in there with the Easter eggs and the homages and stuff like that. It was. We can't rank it yet. We can't rank it yet because it's not that.
I'll say
but
a
good movie.
real highlight of this movie was the dialogue and the script. I will say, I think that's what really sold me. These characters actually just. They're believable to talk to each other. Like they're not like weirdly sarcastic. I've seen a lot of these Christmas horror movies where all these characters are like weirdly sarcastic and mean to each other for like no fucking reason.
Yeah, because they're setting up for everybody to die.
Yeah, and they're like this one. They do that kinda, but it's like you still believe these characters are just talking in certain aspects. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yep,
King Matthew. They feel like normal conversations.
So I definitely say it's a solid film, man. It was a lot better than I expected, and it was fun. I had a good time with it. And like I said, I wouldn't mind if they did a sequel. If they continued it, I wouldn't mind it at all.
Not at all. Well, I'm glad we got it in because that's going to be on the rankings for next week. So everybody tune in for that. Well, as we go through holiday slashers, but
I'll be wearing the same hat.
So wait, I have a question. How it was always on the ranking? How are we going to rank it if it didn't come out? Because the original video was supposed to be before the movie came out.
Scream just played in. I had it on there just in case, and Scream News just kind of played right into our hands, so we got to push it out.
Scream was like, "We'll help you out, guys. We'll help you out."
Dave can see the fucking future.
Yeah.
Speaking of Scream, let's go. I want to know.
All right. Hold on a second. So we got King Matthew saying that he just got home from seeing Silent Night, Deadly Night. It was all right, even though I'm not really the biggest fan of the franchise because the few sequels after the first one goes crazy. Yep.
Yeah, they do.
Batshit crazy.
I watched the first one.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any.
It seems to be most slashers back in the Yin era.
Yep. And in our discussion tonight, we'll actually kind of mention one of the sequels of Silent Night, Deadly Night, and how it almost ties into what's going on in Scream 7. But I will say this. So why I think it's all right is because I seen Sisu, The Road to Revenge, and that went full balls to the wall grindhouse. It was amazing. Like just a complete grindhouse fun film. So like having seen that a couple weeks ago and then coming in.
Can you explain grindhouse? Because I am hearing this term and I'm not sure.
Oh, we're old. Oh no.
We'll have that conversation after.
Okay. All right. Go for it.
All right. So Noah, you want to just talk about Iron Lung real quick, and then we're gonna jump over to Scream.
Sure. Yeah. We have to let's put Danny off even further, make him a little bit more irritable.
I hate all of you. I want to talk about Scream, baby. Ah!
So a couple things about Iron Lung. This is severely outdated. This picture is severely outdated. Most of the North America is now covered with Markiplier faces for theaters.
Oh yeah,
AMC, Regal, Cinemark, all your big theaters are gonna have it. If you're going to a small theater, an independent theater, you're getting OG Mark fans. You're gonna die there if you're not one of them.
Oh yeah.
Because like it was 50 to 100 theaters, and now it's well over 1,000 because of how big this is stretched before the movie even coming out. Mark released a video talking about this. He also mentioned in the video, most of what we assume to be CGI or AI or whatever is real blood or real fake blood. They're in a little sneak peek he shows you. There's just pallets surrounding the entire indoor set. It's just pallets filled with fake blood. He also cried. It's pretty on brand for Markiplier to cry, but it was kind of like something.
I'm gonna cry too.
It's something that's gonna hit home for us, I think, too, because he was just he's crying because he felt very imposter syndrome. He didn't think he was gonna make it. He finally made the movie. Everyone's congratulating him. It just doesn't feel real, kind of deal. So
yeah,
I'm glad I got to watch the video so we could kind of clear up some of that stuff that we were talking about earlier.
Nice.
Go see this movie, support independent films, because then it'll get people more excited to see our independent film and Danny's independent film when those come out. But it was nice to see, because it's nice to know that people genuinely care about seeing the independent genre of films, especially if it looks good. And I'm excited to see where this goes.
I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna cry if the board game's a success. I'm gonna cry if Danny's film is a success, and then if we get our films off the ground, then I'll cry on them too, because it's like you said, imposter syndrome is real. But all right, it is time.
Crying for the debt just raining off of us.
It's time.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun. All right, so it's time to talk about some of the news that kind of pushed our video today scheduled back for one. And it was an interview with Entertainment Weekly where Skeet Ulrich was talking about the plans for Scream 7 and how he had a 3-picture story arc deal, and how he was tied to Sam Carpenter for all 3 films. Now,
love it.
People jumped the gun, right? They're all reading into it, saying that Sam was supposed to be the Ghostface for 7. We're going to talk about that in a second. But he said that
the Punisher Ghostface.
Yeah, pretty much. He mentioned that his role on 7 with Sam was pretty interesting, and that it was to continue pushing her towards the darker path, right?
Yes.
And I think we all can easily say this, that darker path means that she was going to put on the mask, and she was going to probably come after Sidney.
Again.
Yes. Yeah. All of us have said it at different points, right?
Well, could you imagine that storyline too? Is like she's putting on the mask to be an anti-hero Ghostface, and then she decides that the reason that all of this is happening is because Sidney is the start of all of it. So if Sidney's out of the picture, finally out of the picture, this ends. So like in her weird demented way, and then Billy's pushing that narrative in her head.
I mean, I would go the route that I love if they didn't do an anti-hero and they just stuck to the mentally insane. Like that right there is phenomenal, because no matter how much she tries to fight it, she caves in. Like the one scene I keep telling Dave about that, I'm like, what a perfect way to end like her trilogy, but not only that, Sidney's final girl before passing on to other things, is that the end of Scream 6, she hid the mask in her possession and walked away until her
the mask
sister
being shown on the street, or was that a different mask?
No. So she had it she had it literally like this. Okay. And then when her sister talks to her, she pulls it out, looks at it, and goes, nah, and then drops it. And walks away. But to your point, Noah, when it's on the street, it zooms in slowly. Like as in it's corrupting her. It's getting to her, right? Because it felt good when she killed Richie. And then in the second one for her, the sixth one, to put on her dad's full outfit, it wasn't just her grabbing the knife. Now it's the full outfit. Yeah, dude. Like I could see it happening, and it's a great wrap up to have that. My sadistic brain, which is so dumb sometimes, right? Because sometimes I'm on point with stories, but then sometimes I'm out there. But I would say would be, for me, the perfect bow to all of this is that she is the illegitimate child of both Billy and Sidney. Like she was adopted. Like that whole story of her mom sleeping with Billy is not true, right? Is that she's adopted. That yes, they know who Billy Loomis's daughter is, but they don't know who the mom is, and it's Sidney from that night that they finally had sex. Just saying.
That would be a very interesting story. I would like to see that. They have some great artistic visualizations they could do with that too, with like just the whole thing in general, like her falling into psychosis, so we get to see some Mysterio level shit of illusions going on while she's taking people out. Oh man,
Dude,
think
Why
what
must you
better
do this to us,
motive though?
Spyglass?
But also, what better motive for her to really finally go fucking nuts is finding out that Sydney's her mom
Sydney's her mom. Yeah, and not only do they interact
and abandon her. By the way,
Yep. And then they
Oh.
interact and cross paths again, and then she leaves. It's just you would have to retcon that whole thing in 5 because then it'd be a little weird.
yeah,
It's-
yeah, but it could be a play, right? It could be
Yeah.
this whole thing of trying not
Billy
to.
Lewis's
Doing
handwriting.
I was doing
Oh,
the
no.
math in my
Does it
head.
match up with
You're doing the math. You're
age?
doing the
I was
math.
doing
Does
the
it
math
work?
in my head.
It
I
works.
was
Doing
doing
the
the
math,
math.
Oh,
Are we
it
girl
works.
mathing right now?
Oh, it works. But I'm telling you, man. Like, what better motive than my whole life, right? I was being blamed for everything, right? And everyone's blaming Billy when it's your fault. It is your fault, dude. Come on, bro. Insane.
I think doesn't the movie take place in September
Of
Do you remember?
of 1996? Right. I think there's a calendar in the kitchen that has
I
this
don't
taking
know.
place
You're the
in
lore guy.
1996.
Shouldn't you know?
I have
I
so
think
many
it's
screen details.
September going into October or something like
All
that.
right. So look. So
They're in school.
here's the thing. So here's the thing, right? So if it's September, then take a look at her birthday. May.
Oh,
That's
it works.
8.5 months in.
It works,
He could be a
baby.
preemie.
Yep, it works.
He could be a preemie.
Oh, I'm telling you, dude. Again, what
It happens.
great
I'm
motive.
preemie.
Again,
She
what
could be a
great
preemie.
motive.
What
What
the
great
fuck are you
motive
guys
that
talking
this
about?
They're
that
talking
this
about
is
how
Sydney's illegitimate child. Oh my god.
Yeah.
they're saying it
Oh
could make
my
sense that
God.
Sydney and Billy had.
No, I
had
understand.
the
I
child.
understand. I understand it could make sense timeline wise, but Jesus fucking Christ.
Dude, it'd be
Gang,
sick. It'd be demented. It'd be
ropes,
amazing.
the ropes that we are pulling at are so thin that you
I
could
just
probably
said it was
see
an
them with a
idea,
microscope.
bro. I didn't say it was gonna happen. I'm
I-
saying it was an
Also,
idea.
I am usually the
idea
guy
that
to
is
talk
somehow
to about
gaining
crackpot
validity
shit, but
because
this is
of-
too much.
Yep.
Man,
so
anyone in the chat that thinks that
Somebody
that
back
could be
it
a
up so
dope
that I don't
story,
have
put it
to.
in there. Put it in there, please.
They said
Put
no
it
way.
on
Not the
definitely
first time I'm
not.
being no way.
yeah. So let's see here. Unfortunately, if I put the chat on here, we block out part of Noah's face. So
Yeah.
no, can you?
No,
Yeah.
not my
But yeah.
face.
So Scream '96 takes place in September, and Sam is born in May. So there is 8.5 months. And hey, Scott Walker, I saw your comment. How's it going? Welcome back. We
Scott.
missed you.
Yeah, I mean, if she's not even technically, is she even technically a preemie at that point? Because I was a month early.
She would be
There
a
you
month
go.
early, right? Because you got like I
8.5
think it's
months, not a month. It's a
mid-September,
half a month.
right?
It's a half a month.
So it's a half
Yeah.
of May and half of September. So look, September, October, November, January, February, March, April, May. So it's 8 months, right? So she's really early.
Okay. So, but it is still possible because I'm a preemie. Sophia's a preemie. We're
Mhm.
both we were both a month early. So it's an easily plausible theory. Guess it's time for more clue videos.
Well, so let's talk about, since we want to talk about clues, and then we'll start talking about whether or not Sam is coming back and she's a hidden character in the film. But in Scream 2022, just like they did in '96, where they really concentrated on Halloween, Scream 2022's concentration was the hidden theme of Psycho. Psycho, and I remember doing the Easter egg video on it. Psycho was like referenced 6 or 7 times in that film. It was they had the hidden score in there with the slashing at the end when Sam's going nuts. They have the Psycho in there. You had Amber doing that. You had the word Psycho drop many times. You had Billy talking to Sam. So the Psycho reference, all the breadcrumbs were laid in Scream 2022 that they were going to follow a psychopath this time, where she would slowly lose that break to reality, and then Billy would take over. And I thought at the time too, and I think Danny, we talked about this all the way back then, was that the setup was to have her go to elevate Sam up to take on Sydney, because that's the only way that you're going to feel somebody's a threat to Sydney, is if you elevate a character over a few films and then turn them. But then we would get to see Billy and Stu on screen together at one point too. So like they would have the full reunion of the two characters because she would slip into Billy's persona and then you would see Billy on screen instead of seeing her. So that would have been perfect.
That would have been so cool.
But then not only that, man. Like I said, what other way to do it? I honestly, you know what? I honestly think if, again, guys, this is a theory. If, don't kill the messenger.
And
But
that's
if
just a theory.
That's what he said.
if Matthew Lillard is a red herring about Behind the Mask, right? Then it really could be Sam taking on Billy's persona of where we grew up. Da 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 da.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, that's perfect.
It could be totally her embodying Billy's persona, and it's not Matthew Lillard at all. Because if, like Dave said, if, hey, Matthew Lillard is still in jail, who the hell is this Ghostface? Right?
Yep.
I mean, there was a clue that Dave said before, which is another cool theory that if you guys haven't seen it, spoiler alert, really quick. In Wednesday, that actually Randy's sister comes up to be the villain in Wednesday. And she has the cloak just like Ghostface in All Nine. That could be another thing that, you know, she's tired of everything happening in the town. And that's a great motive as well.
Feed into the meat story.
So
feed into the delusion. Yes.
Yep. I will say this. So like and this is somebody had brought that up in the beginning, right? So if we go all the way back to our first comment on here from Richard, right? I don't believe that Sam Carpenter would be back because of the firing. This is where the Silent Night, Deadly Night tie comes in. So Mickey Rooney, famous actor, back from old school day and age, married to Judy Garland and stuff like that. He boycotted and was outspoken against the first Silent Night, Deadly Night. Like he was one of those people out there saying that it ruins the thought of Christmas, it ruins Santa Claus and stuff like that. He's in part 5. He's one of the main people in part 5, right? Yeah. So what happens when you know people sometimes will make apologies, or you offer them enough money and then they're back, just like Nev Campbell's back in the franchise because Nev Campbell left on very bad terms too.
Crazy,
very bad terms. That's why she wasn't in 6, baby.
Yep.
And I was gonna say the only thing I have to say to that is that money, in fact, talks.
Yeah.
Money talks.
That's why we have Harrison Ford as the Red Hulk.
Cha-ching, you know.
Yeah. So
everybody freaking out about people being like, "Oh, I'm never gonna do this again," or people being like, "Oh, you know, I'm not. I don't think this is gonna do very well." And then they see them in those things. Like, realistically, what did you think was gonna happen? They were eventually gonna get offered a check big enough one day. Like Hugh Jackman said that Logan was gonna be his last. Wolverine. It was going to be his last one. And what do we see in 2024? Deadpool and Wolverine. Starring Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds. What do you know?
And he also he's recently said in an article that he's not retiring as Wolverine.
He's staying.
Yeah, and I don't think Michael Keaton wanted to come back as Batman for a long time either. And then eventually decided that he was going to.
When it's
you
not
got
the
DC
80s,
check.
90s, and early 2000s, and you're not doing your own stunts anymore, and all you have to do is be a pretty face in a costume.
I'm almost certain he did that
a bit
movie
easier, I think, especially for someone
front.
who's battled skin cancer 6 times and said that he was done doing these movies years ago. I think when you get a large amount of money and you don't have to do all of these horrendous, I wouldn't say horrendous, but it's exhausting. It's taxing on the body to do these types of things. So like to be able to come back to it, and because he wasn't leaving the character because he was tired of the character, he was tired of doing the physical activities required to do the character. Now granted, he still got beefcaked for that.
All right. We're off topic there.
Yeah,
we're point to what we're talking about. We're
off topic a little bit, Noah, but we'll talk later. I got to tell you, I saw a recent interview, so we'll talk. Yeah.
So going back to Sam and Melissa Barrera possibly returning, whether it was apologies, whether it was a big enough paycheck, or maybe there's donations being made to charities that she's supporting, right? And that's a big enough to bring somebody back. just like it did with The Exorcist. Like you had Linda Blair coming back, and then you had Linda Blair's mom in the first movie coming back because they went out and donated to the charities that they wanted. And it's like, all right, if we're going to give you money, we'll give you money to the charities. And they're like, all right, we'll do it for the charity work. So it could be something like that. So we've seen in the past where the studios released scripts and when leaks got out there, and maybe this is something similar, right? Like the red herrings are being tossed out there that, hey, look, Roman's coming back, Stu's coming back, all these people are coming back, and then the big reveal is that Melissa's coming back, and then that'll be your crossover into 8.
I would love that they keep it under wraps though. Like
Mhm.
if she's truly coming back, keeping it under wraps is the best thing to do because everyone's like, oh, I know who it is, and blah blah blah, and then just surprise. You know,
it would also kind of make sense if you think about it too, because they've overhyped this movie just on the cast alone, right? Because you got Scott Foley coming back from Scream 3, you got Matthew Lillard coming back, in whatever you got David Arquette coming back. So whatever capacity these characters are coming back in, they're still coming back, and we know it now. So you have to have something that's going to outshine that when you actually see the movie, or else why realistically am I going to go see the movie when I kind of have some major plot points kind of just laid out for me, really?
Yeah.
Like we talk too much, we think too much. We're going to figure out the movie unless Melissa Barrera's in it, and we may have figured it out if she is in it. So I don't know.
To Lizzie's comment, just because I read that very quickly, and I was it was what I was thinking while we
Which
were
one?
speaking anyways. I low key want that to be what happens so that we're shocked when we see her. I'm gonna be honest. I'm at the point that now I am just not shocked. If she ends up being in this movie, I will have completely expected it. At this point, it's one of those things where I know that, like, not to say that people are not good people, but like actresses and actors having disagreements on morals due to whatever thing was happening, and then subsequently getting fired, yada 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 yada. It still all just falls down to whether or not they need to get paid, and quite frankly, she probably just needs to get paid. I'm usually an
Lucas,
advocate for
fun
whimsy.
ruiner.
I'm usually an advocate for this shit.
I feel like it's very it's very zoomed out ratio of like way of looking at this though, because like she was fired based off of what what the company said was due to political standings, which doesn't make sense if you read her comments, when it was actually based off of because they weren't paying her enough to begin with because she was the star of the movie. She wanted more. Same thing with Jenna Ortega. So her coming back to the franchise would be a surprise only if the company themselves they threw up the white flag. They faltered way easier.
And the story's not consistent.
They did. I guarantee they did. These companies fold at the slightest breeze. I did. Like we've seen companies fire people for far less. Like
fuck Spyglass, fuck the production companies. I'm
Yeah,
talking
but,
like from Melissa Barrera's standpoint.
yeah, when it comes
her coming back to the
Melissa
franchise.
Barrera, I'm sure she has whatever moral objections. I have a feeling that like Dave said, whether it's a donation to whatever charity she believes in, or if it's a big fat paycheck to her, I have a feeling that if it's offered, she's probably going to get it. It's
I think it just really depends.
and
on
like
whether
that's
Spyglass is
nothing
willing to admit
bad.
they're
Like these
wrong.
people are in this business to make money. I mean, it's not. I don't want to be like ruining the fun, because at the end of the day, if she's in the movie, cool, she's in the movie. But like
Too late, you fun ruiner. You ruined the fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is his title from now on, Lucas the Fun Ruiner.
Well, here's the thing,
I've
right?
watched a lot of shitty movies today. I'm tired.
So here's the thing, right? So just coming back on that, with throwing the money and stuff on there too, there's always the dark side of it too, where they're like, hey, now we're just going to blackball your ass in Hollywood. Right? So that always could happen too, which is horrible, but that shit does happen, right? But where I want, oh man, I forgot where I was going with it.
88 strikes again.
Yep, I gotta rewind it back. So we were talking about the blackballing stuff in there, her coming back.
Her coming back.
Yep. Oh my God, it's completely gone.
It's gonna
If
come.
she is in the movie, I want a whole Nick Fury reveal type of.
Oh, yeah.
It's back. It's
There you
back.
go.
Yeah,
Dave's got it.
Ghostface
Everyone
cartoon.
shut up. Dave's got it.
All right. So the story has changed several times about what has happened. I don't know if you, how many people have been following it. The story has constantly changed where it's like, hey, I got fired for this. And, oh, Jenna Ortega was not coming back. Then it was Jenna Ortega coming out and saying, look, I wasn't coming back because Melissa wasn't coming back and because she was fired. Then you have Melissa coming out and saying, well, I was only contracted for 2 films. Now you have Skeet saying, no, it was 3 films. So it's, the story has changed around what really happened here several
Sounds like
times.
somebody got a bad contract.
That, or because Scream 6 got so much flack out there, they tried to do something different. It's like, all right, we're going to come up with these stories here. We're going to have people talking about it for months and months and months on end. And then
what
we'll
better way?
Yep. We'll distract from that
better way?
movie. Yep.
What better way to reveal that she's back, baby? What
Mhm.
better way that you talk forever about that damn movie, dude?
Mm-hmm.
Because think about it, like
I
again,
guess.
the one thing that is prevalent is there is a time jump between 6 and this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because of Sydney's daughter, right? So yeah, so like we don't know what Sam has been doing between these times.
Yep.
You know, story wise, you know.
Mhm.
So yeah,
And
she could have
you know
linked up
what?
with Stu and been like a pen pal or something like that. Like, hey,
That's true. And you know, according to the trailer, right? What me and Marcus said before on the show was, you know, we said if Matthew Lillard comes back, is to burn everything down. No other Ghostface, no nothing. Burn it down. It's got out of control. This is his show, right?
Mhm.
Cool. But Sam can feel the same way.
Yep.
It's like, I'm tired of this, and burn it all down. And at the same time, though, we can finally get what Dave wanted this whole time, and what we wanted is Ghostface fighting each other.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
It's not an anti-hero thing. It's no. Like
Yep.
no one else. That is it. No more. Right?
Mhm.
Just saying, man.
There is only 4 characters that fit burn it all down. No, I mentioned one. Martha Meeks. Oh no, Martha Meeks is number 1.
Mhm.
Leslie Mocker is number 2. Stu Mocker is number 3, and then of course Sam Carpenter is number 4. Those are your burn it down top candidates, I think.
Not bringing Sam Carpenter back would just be a missed opportunity, right? Because like we've talked about it several times.
Mhm.
The fans of the Scream universe are divided between Sydney and Sam. And if you think about that, that really means that Sam is more popular because Sam has been around for substantially less time and in substantially less movies. So Melissa Barrera needs to come back. She needs to make, whether it's an acting comeback or a Scream comeback, we see her come back in a big way. She needs to come back. And Martha Meeks being the killer with Stu with the cameraman, because I remember you talking about that comment earlier. That just plays more into the theory that they're married and the Martha Meeks
Alrighty.
thing.
Noah's done it. Noah's done the segue.
Yes.
Noah's done the
Yeah,
segue.
we got one this time.
Yeah.
Segue Noah, as always.
yo,
All right.
yo.
Yep.
Yep.
Solar AJ. I was watching Scream 2, and Joel, the camera guy, is definitely a killer.
Yep.
He
It
was
could be him
smart
and
enough to
Martha.
leave.
It was him. It could be him and Martha, like you said, Noah. I never put it into perspective till you said it. That could be her husband. That is very freaking true. We never see the husband, the whole 9.
The
Damn
theory
it,
that I've
Noah.
been pushing is that Chad, Mindy, or both of them are going to die, and that's going to end up. So, because we've been talking about there being 2 separate Ghostface interactions going on in this movie, and it would make sense if one of them is somebody went after Chad and Mindy, one or both of them dies, and then she decides to pick up the mantle and then go after Sydney herself. So then it's her and Joel, the cameraman, and they decide to pick up the mantle to avenge one or both of their kids and take out Sydney and end it all. Because they did also grow up together. And I would love to see, I think it's Heather Matarazzo is the person who plays Mindy Meeks. I would love to see her in more movies. She's just a fucking treat in whatever she's in. So if I get to see her again, I would love that.
She's wearing a black robe on Wednesday.
And I didn't get to see I didn't get to see her on Wednesday. Did she do good as a?
Oh yeah.
See, that's the thing. Like I've never gotten to see that from her yet. So I would love to see what that looks like.
So Noah, how she played it though was so brilliant in Wednesday. She played it like how her character is in Scream, very sweet, very loving, And then the reveal happens, and she's just like hellbent, dude. And then when she gets caught, air quotes, right? Burns it all down, Then she plays the victim again. So sweet. Oh my God, it was Wednesday's fault. And oh, it was just such a manipulative, great character, dude.
Look,
Awesome.
I would tell you this: if I didn't get Stu and it was Martha as the Ghostface reveal, I'll be happy. I'd be very happy with it. It makes sense.
And
So
it makes
the
sense to burn it
brother-
all down. Her son and daughter got attacked not once, but twice, and
The
her brother
first time in
died.
this movie.
Yep.
Yeah, come
Mhm.
on.
Yep. And that could be Joel, or the reason why Joel left. Maybe Joel's like, no, I'm out.
Yep.
All right. So
Smartest
I
person
like
in the franchise.
right
Smartest
again,
person.
again, yeah.
I think Chad's got to die. I know it doesn't. It seems weird because of how many times he's been stabbed, but it would make sense that he dies because Mindy fucked up.
No, the
Right,
one
Mindy gets
person
Fuck
that needs
you.
to die.
Mindy
Is
gets it
Gale.
wrong.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
but I wouldn't care about that. I would be cheering in the stands. But if
It's-
Mindy fucks up and she's like, "Oh yeah, we got to do this to avoid the ghost face," and then Chad dies because of it, that pushes that narrative and that story that we've been making fun of her for.
I think they
And-
flip it.
Ooh.
I think they flip it. I think Mindy dies, and then you have some sort of comments like, "Oh, but you're supposed to be the one that gets stabbed all the time and possibly killed,"
I
and it's
guess
her.
I think
Yep.
interesting. Like I think
Super
there'd be
meta.
more interesting storytelling to see Mindy kind of fall off the wagon, kind of like break down because she not only was overconfident in herself and has to rethink her confidence, but also got her brother killed. Like I would be more interested in seeing that, and because now you have to think about like if Jenna Ortega does come back, that love that they had for each other is gone. And now that's something else that we have to deal with, the repercussions of that loss. Like, I know, granted, like it was like a 5-second thing. It's like, yeah, I have a thing for you, whatever. But it would be interesting that we get to play into that story more too. There's much more storytelling if Chad dies than if Mindy dies, I think.
Well, to be fair, Noah, if we really stick to the OG, right, that it's back in not Woodsboro, but in Sydney City, yada yada, right, with her daughter, it would actually be wise not to, because then we can get our spin-offs that we want. Then we can have Jenna Ortega and Chad's story. Then we can have these people's story. Like if we do get the cult of Ghostface like we want, we have those characters separated, right? Maybe those two are married now. And this and that, right? Like now we have more stories to play with than just everything being Sydney.
Yep.
If we kill them off, you're killing off a lot of stories that could possibly spin off from this.
Look, we just talked about it, like Welcome to Derry, right? And then there was Alien Earth. Then there's going to be Crystal Lake coming out. Horror TV is working right now. You will be stupid not to say, all right, we're going to take this part of our Scream universe, we're going to pull it and drop it right into a TV show because it'll work the best there.
Oh,
You'd be stupid not to do that.
Dude, if they got the people that did Welcome to Derry, they'd fix Scream real quick.
Oh, yeah. Yep. All right. So we got, let's see. What are the chances that Stu could have the Darth Vader type voice in Scream 7 with the mask in the voice changer? Yep. It's so. Yep. So I think that's very easily
Strong
him
possibility.
having that voice changer, right? We talked about that where there's the new voice modulators now where it has AI built into it, can copy a voice, and then you can just go off of that voice that's been copied in there. You know, Scream 3 was ahead of its time, technically.
Oh,
way ahead of its time.
Way ahead of its time. Oh, shoot. God damn it, Dave.
What?
I didn't think about that. So remember we were running parallels. Remember I was running parallels.
Yep.
Scream 5, Scream 1, right? Scream 6, and then Scream 2, because it was the whole family thing.
Yep.
Scream 3
There we
could
go.
definitely have the voice changer of everyone. That's how Dewey's back. That's how Roman's back is the voice fucking changer, right? And on top of that, but now we have to do the long lost relative. The long lost relative. Who's related now? Right?
Yeah.
Sam.
Danny, can I say I'm so glad. I'm
Yep.
so glad that you connected those dots because I guess that's something that I've been thinking of as well. Is like if they're redoing the first 3 movies, and granted they did 6 bad. They did 6 pretty bad. Let's hope that they can fix it because we're getting the original director of 3 as well, and maybe we'll get more so along his story than Spyglass story.
I'm telling you. Now I'm even more certain. Sam has to be the illegitimate child of Sydney, and it's going to come out in this film. I am telling you, dog. Especially why is she going after that daughter, right? Come on,
oh, that's
Let's
right.
go.
Yep, there you
Let's
go.
go.
Yep.
And she wants to make Sydney watch. She was like, "That's the daughter you accepted, but you couldn't accept this one."
Yeah,
Let's
it's
go,
right
baby.
there. Oh my
Let's go,
God,
baby.
I'm throwing the
Let's
headset down.
go.
I
Because
gotta
remember,
take a drink 'cause I'm
Roman
getting
was
up.
just like, it was all about you. It was all about you. It's going to be the same thing.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Yeah, you know
Let's
why,
go.
Danny?
Money.
You know why, Danny? Because they didn't change the script before she left. They didn't change it that much. They kept a lot of the stuff in there. They just made minor tweaks to it.
Let's go.
They didn't totally rewrite it. So
Let's
it could be
go.
right
It's
there.
going to be.
It's
I'm telling you, it is annoying. I know, Lizzie, it is annoying, but they are copy and pasting 1, 2, and 3 in each film. Let's go.
Oh, I have to work on this video now. Damn it.
Let's go. Let's go, Dave. Let's do it.
We have to do that one up now. Yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah, it all connects. It all connects. Now
we're gonna get a cease and desist because we figured it out on this thing.
Hey, look, we were ahead of them when they were talking before they ever announced that they were interested in doing the Kirby spinoff. Like that was like how we wanted to fix it. It's like do the Kirby spinoff, and we laid out how the whole entire Kirby spinoff would be. So, but I'll throw a little monkey wrench into
ideas,
this one.
Man, I'm telling you, they're watching our shit and they're stealing it. I guarantee it.
I'll throw a little monkey wrench in there, right, for the respirator, right. A lot of commenters have suggested this. Mickey getting shot in the chest, never getting shot in the head, would cause him to wear an air respirator. Yeah.
Okay.
So that could be
true.
the sound that you're hearing is him sitting up because his is damaged.
True, but if they want to play this, the TV falling on Stu's head could mess up his throat.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And hence why he did that.
Yep.
But Dave, there's more, right?
Oh shit.
Dave, this also goes into your theory that it's Billy and Stu back in this movie.
Yep.
Because then it's not only Matthew Lillard, is also Sam Carpenter. Let's go, baby. I'm telling you.
All right,
let's go.
Wait, come on, Marcus. Throw in. What's your thoughts, Marcus?
Like I said, I just could only see it working with her having that Nick Fury reveal at the end in the post-credit scene, possibly.
Oh, no.
I don't think she'll be in the movie. I don't think she'll be in the movie, man. Like, I think it was King Matthew that said. I don't think Spyglass is going to play friendly with her.
Well, about that, let me tell you a little something. So everyone knows that I have actors and stunt guys as friends in the industry. One of them was supposed to actually this month be on the new screen because they're doing additional shooting.
Oh,
you heard it here first. You haven't heard it anywhere else.
Just
saying.
Yep. So there is a ditch. We weren't going to share that news, but now that Danny has broke that news, so yep, they are doing additional filming for Scream, and it's under wraps right now.
Danny, I think you're right. I think we're actually getting a cease and desist now, especially with that comment.
Yep.
I didn't say who it was.
Insider knowledge about Scream 7. Insider knowledge. We're just going to tell you real quick.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Howling Hour. So we can't talk about Scream anymore, but great news.
Turns out we're a little too good at this, and we got everything right.
Yep. All right.
Oh no, my indie film. No.
That would suck. There goes a lot of my content right there. Scream flushed out off the YouTube channel. Yep, Disney's doing it right now. Disney's coming hard after content creators right now.
They're doing what hard?
AI. Yeah, because they're using AI for Star Wars and everything. And now they're coming hard after people. They're having them pull down all their content. Yep.
He said it again.
Listen, Disney. The only reason why Disney's doing that is because they can't do it right. You heard it here, folks.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
Disney's shutting down better creators. That's the problem.
Yeah.
All right, we got King Matthew. If Sam was Sydney's illegitimate daughter, that should have been revealed in the ending of Scream 5, considering that scene in the hospital that have this seems tense.
Nope.
It doesn't necessarily need to be revealed in any specific time frame as long as the story is being told
Makes
properly.
sense.
So they're gonna have
Or-
to dig themselves out of a bit of a hole if they do it in 7, but it's still possible that they could play it in this movie and it still makes sense. You just like I can't personally see how they're going to rewrite Sam finding out that her dad's Billy and her mom cheated on her
All right,
thoughts
I'll
of her
make-
dad.
I'll connect it for you right now.
Okay.
Right. The reason why she thinks Sydney's her mom is because Billy, that other personality, convinces her of it. It's not really true. It's not really true. But the other personality is like, hey, yeah, this is why. Yep, this is what's happening. This is why your mom's a drunk. This is why your mom is left because Sydney's really your. Yep, there you go.
The only thing,
Oh.
That'd be
the
a,
only way
that'd be a
that I could
good,
play
that'd
it
be a
is
good
that
last
Billy wrote
scumbag
notes.
dad moment for Billy. Yeah.
Yep.
that'd
He's a
be, like,
ghost
really-
dad. He don't care.
Yeah. Well, also, is he a ghost or is he a part of her subconscious?
I
Yeah.
think she's just schizophrenic.
Yep.
Yeah, because when she's off the meds, that's when he's always
Dude, the
there.
meds weren't helping though. Remember? She
Yeah.
said it. That was the whole thing of Scream 6. She's like, the meds are not helping.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
just like,
Mhm.
bro, I'm telling you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Wild. I like
if
that.
they implemented a paranormal aspect into Scream, like that would be interesting. But it would be interesting. Like I can't say if it'd be good or be bad. I don't know. I mean, like it depends on how they do it, right? But as we've seen from what Spyglass does and behind the scenes, they don't do things well. So I don't know if it would play well, but I think that it's a possibility that you could implement otherworldly. Let's be honest, right? How many people in this franchise have got fucked up so severely that they should have been dead 6 times over, right? And they're not. It would explain. It would not explain, but it would like go to show like it would it would play into like people in this universe aren't normal. Like there's something going on that these people are like super soldier, like they're super powered or whatever in some kind of way. They're more durable. Maybe they're not super soldier, but like just in they're obviously more durable individuals. Fucking Dewey got stabbed in the back like 30 times. Most of your nerves are back there. He walked normally after that.
No,
got
he had a
stabbed
limp in some movies. Some movies he has a limp.
Yeah, like every so often. In Scream 1, he gets stabbed once. Scream 2, he has a limp. Then he gets stabbed several times in the back. And Scream 3, he doesn't have a limp. So
Well,
he like
Scream
it doesn't.
3 though.
Yeah, like okay, yeah, obviously, but like you would think that as an actor, you would still play into that part of the character. Like you wouldn't have to be told that. You just know that. That's just my.
They said in Scream 2, what was it the reasoning at the end? Oh, scar tissue saved his life. Remember?
Yeah, that's
said.
right. Yep. That's crazy.
But yeah, I mean, like, so, like, it wouldn't necessarily not make sense, especially since half of us here believe in the paranormal anyway. So if this is just an offset of our universe, it's like, oh, maybe the ghosts are real, and the schizo is seeing it. Like, that's what we're getting. But I don't know. It would be complicated. It'd be very complicated to add a ghost into this, I think, especially going on movie 7.
Yeah. So we'll go over to Scott Walker's comment here. Is if Samantha is Sydney's daughter, how would Sydney and Sam and Tara react to find out that it's true? Well,
Dude,
Sydney would
yeah,
know.
Scream
Yep.
8. Tara
Yep.
Tara reacts. Here we go.
Not
Mhm.
and Tara didn't react.
Well,
best
here's the thing.
off the
Would
jump
Sydney
in Scream
know?
5.
Would Sydney know? Because,
Exactly.
like if Sydney, gave her up for adoption after she was born or whatever the fuck situation. So then, so she wouldn't know if.
Well,
Sam
she
was
would
adopted.
because she knows
She would know
that
that she had a daughter
Sam
with
is
Billy.
Billy's daughter.
But she wouldn't know that Sam. Well, yeah, I mean, like, I guess you could, like, so she would know in 5. Like, she would find out during
Mhm.
5.
Yeah.
But prior to that, she wouldn't.
That's why she
necessarily know
disappeared
that
in
Sam-
6. That's why she disappeared in 6. I don't want no part of that.
You needed to
Yeah.
get a good, nice carton of cigarettes and a good old gallon of milk.
I don't know what Tara's reaction would be. To be
She
honest,
didn't
with you.
react
I think
kindly.
Tara. I have a
in the-
feeling
in the
Tara would
beginning.
just be so numb by
She
it
changed
all.
her mind,
I
but like,
think so.
like
It would
if,
give Tara
if
motive
Sam,
in 8 if Sydney
Sam-
kills Sam.
Let's say Sam finds out before she goes on the spree and then tells Tara. If Tara then initially decides to freak the fuck out like she did in 5 when she found out that Billy was her dad, which by the way, not her fault. Tara, just grow up a bit. She like that would really be a deep end thing right there. It's like, oh, not even my sister can be on my side. When realistically, Tara kind of was sick of her in 5 and 6. If you
Mhm.
really watch the movie back,
Mhm.
she did not like Sam. I don't know, like, whatever.
I
That's
have a
not here nor there.
So if they were to reveal that Sydney
Even if
is
it's not
actually
true.
Sam's mom, even if it's actually, or even if it's not true, even if it's just, Sam thinks that Sydney's her mom or whatever. If Tara were to find out in the quotations, I don't know. I feel like it would be a little too late in the story for her to really get a reaction. Because at that point, it really just matters on what's going
Always a reaction to
on
find out
in
that
the
your mom is the person who
Yeah,
killed your dad. And also
Hold on.
not who you thought
Not
your mom
only-
was.
From
Yeah.
Tara.
No, but
I'm meaning from Tara.
dude, it's even worse. Think about it. You broke up my family and you're not really my sister? Go fuck
Yeah.
yourself.
Well, so that's what I'm saying. Like it depends on the situation of which they're in, I guess. Because if they go the route that Sam's the ghost face, then I have a feeling Tara finding out that Sydney's actually, or that this is getting really confusing now. But
we get that stuff out. Connect the dots.
We'll go down the path that Sydney's not actually Sam's mom, but Sam thinks that Sydney's her mom. Tara
doesn't matter
finds that
regardless,
out.
whether
Tara
it's true
finds
or
that
not.
out. Sam tells her whatever the fuck happens. She finds out. If it's one of those things where she has to stand with either her killer sister or the people that she's trying to kill, I have a feeling Tara's going to probably pick the people that Sam's trying to kill over.
That's
the
also
killer
adding the
sister.
aspect that people are out to get them at this current point in time. But
Mhm.
if Sam, because Sam found out that she wasn't her dad's daughter when she was a kid, right? So this could be the same situation, right? Like she just finds out, or
Well, she
quote, unquote,
finds out
going
she's not even
crazy.
fucking related to the bitch.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but it doesn't. She doesn't have to be. They don't have to be in a moment where they're being attacked by someone for her to find this out.
Well, no,
And
I
then
know,
she
but
tells
like
Tara.
Sam tells Tara, but like realistically, is Tara really gonna then side with what decision is going to be made? Like she could freak out, yes, but I have a feeling she'd probably still survive.
It's less about Tara's reaction and Sam's reaction to Tara's reaction. Because if Tara reacts,
the logic isn't logicking. It's hard. I'm trying, Lizzie.
So it's not about how Tara reacts. It's about, well, it is, but it's also about how Sam reacts to Tara's reaction. So if Tara reacts negatively to finding all of this
if
information out,
Tara reacts
and then
negatively,
Sam
then
takes
Sam
negatively, she's
continues
just
on
going
her
off the deep
killing
end.
spree. If Tara reacts negatively, Sam continues on her killing spree. If Tara reacts positively,
you're adding new
Sam
like
continues on her
the story.
killing spree.
It's just in general, if Sam tells Tara and Tara reacts negatively, she's gonna spiral regardless. You don't have to add, oh, Ghostface are currently after them, or Sam's currently killing people. Just in general, if Tara reacts negatively to Sam not being her sister at all, then Sam is going to spiral into whatever she's already doing or whatever she might do in the future.
Speaking of reaction,
that's why I put it in the parentheses of the thought process that Sam is the killer.
Speaking of reactions, so reaction-wise, so we'll start with you, Marcus. How are you going to react when Stu shows up on screen in Scream 7?
I mean, I'll clap, but I mean, knowing that it was spoiled in the trailer, I'm like, and I mean, in the news and everything, all those months ago, I'm not gonna be. It won't be like a blade pop in Deadpool and Wolverine. If you get what I'm saying?
That
was a real surprise. That was a genuine surprise.
Yeah.
Her and Jennifer Gardner, him and Jennifer Gardner, I was like,
and Channing Tatum. I know Channing.
Yeah.
I knew they were talking about it. But I didn't know it was gonna happen. But like
you know how long I've been waiting for this.
Sorry.
All right,
Marcus.
so Danny, how about you, Danny? What's your reaction going to be?
Brother,
Are you out of your seat?
No, not really. Again, I'm with Marcus. The to have that reveal after all these years of us theories, it just goes to the same thing that I told you that happened in Saw, man. We had that theory for years that the Doc was still alive and he was fucking Jigsaw's apprentice, and because we had all the clues and all this other jazz, and then they show him in the beginning of the damn movie. No reveal. He's just he's alive.
They really should not have done that in Scream 7. They should have just shown him in the end clip.
Dude, when they did that in Saw, bro, I was like, oh my God, this is the worst thing ever. They should have did the reveal, because the whole time they're like, oh, maybe it's not him, and then show him. Awesome. But now that we have Matthew Lillard, supposedly be on there, and then they're saying all these other actors, I don't know, man. I think the voice changing thing, like you said, Dave, is spot on. That all these other actors are voice changers, trying to cover up Matthew Lillard. Matthew Lillard is probably in there. If they show it, I'll be like, oh, cool.
It makes the most sense.
We did it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. It does, but it's like, oh, we did it. Cool, man.
From a corporate production team standpoint, that sounds like the most kosher option for them to go with.
Yeah.
Lucas, how about you? If Stu's revealed, what's your reaction?
I'll be happy. That's like the one thing that's like probably gonna get me to see this movie is if it's actually like Stu in the flesh. If it's an AI Stu, I'm probably gonna be in the very large group of people walking out.
All right.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree. And also, you know what though? I think, me personally, the best way to introduce Matthew Lillard is that you reveal the killer. It's not Stu. It's either, Randy's sister or somebody else, or even Sam, and then Matthew Lillard comes out of nowhere and murks them.
RKO out of nowhere.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
If he comes out of nowhere and murks them, and then, it's like, I hate to say this because, a lot of people don't like it, but if it's like left on the cliffhanger, like to be continued type shit, I'm all for it, man.
It would make sense to bring us into 8, especially if Stu is in this as a ghost face.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, you guys know me. I'm still in the boat that I want it to be Gale to just like.
She needs to
is
die,
the
dude.
head honcho
She
of
just
it.
needs to
Yeah.
die.
I want her to
Routes,
be.
then
I
I'm okay
want
with
it. I
she
want it to happen
dies or she's the
so
leader.
fucking bad. I don't know why I want her to be like the big bad, but
They
I just feel like it fits
they missed
so
her out.
heavy.
They missed
They
the
missed her
opportunity to do it.
man. Yeah,
They did.
They've
Yeah,
been.
her
They should have
arc's
did it
been over.
before. They
Her
should have
arc's
did
been
it
over.
before.
Oh
she
yeah,
has to be in it
especially
to
how
be
close
alive.
Dewey and Sydney was them for. Yo,
Yeah.
that would have been dope.
If she
Come on,
has to be alive still, though, can we at least just make her a fucking ghost face?
You know what, man? I say this. You know what? Bump everything. Bring Jill back. That's it.
Could
Type
happen.
shit.
It could
Type
happen.
shit.
She was in the hospital when
I'm
she
not
got
gonna lie though.
shot in the
I
chest.
don't know if it's big enough
She got
for
shot
this,
in the
like,
head though.
final.
No,
It's
chest.
like supposedly final confrontation with the Scream. If this is gonna be a 2-part movie, and the villain or the main person of this Scream movie is gonna be the main person of the next movie as well. I don't know if Jill is like the big head honcho.
I personally would be okay with it.
I could
just
see her
based on,
being a mini boss
like,
if they
she
bring her
shits on
back
Stu
halfway
in
through the movie.
same aspect, like if she reveals that she's under the mask and then she in the same. Oh, what were you expecting, Stewie or something like that, or Stu or something like that? Like, I think I'd be okay with that. I think I'd be okay.
I'd
with that. If
actually throw up.
people
I would-
hated Scream 4 and then she shits on Scream 1 when she comes back. I think that
I
would
would
be okay.
literally be done with Scream after that, bro.
I love Scream 4.
Scream
They're
4 is
gonna-
awesome.
They're gonna do a much worse,
But I
a
don't want
much
Gale.
worse option.
Yeah.
Gail's story arc has ended twice now. So,
Dude, she should have died.
mhm.
Yeah, but
We
they got a pulse, so clearly she didn't.
Yep, we got. Oh yeah, we got a pulse. King Matthew, I'm still curious on who was filming Randy's phone call because Dewey and Gail see the footage of the phone call, so Joel definitely fits as one of the killers.
That's that's a good point.
Mm-hmm. So here's the thing with
Welcome
that.
to Mickey,
whole-
though.
In one of the scripts, he was one of the original scripts that got leaked.
Oh yeah.
He was. Yeah, he
To
was.
be fair, how many scripts? Like we talk about it all the time, where Scream has multiple scripts for every single film, and there's multiple killers that change. I think that's intentional. I think that they probably, for the most part, have
Those
set
kids
killers,
weeks, yeah.
and they
Yeah.
just decide to throw that out there to kind of let you know.
They
that,
do.
oh, maybe it could be this or this or this.
It depends
I
on the
don't
month or year or who you're asking, because it always changes. Because sometimes people's like, no, the real script got out and we had to change it. And other ones are saying, no, we had the real script in a vault all along. The ending nobody saw, and we put out the fake ones to throw people off. It
We are
always
just so
changes when it
adapted
comes to this.
to
It
not
always
believing
changes.
production companies.
But so with this whole scene is interesting in itself because
Mhm.
if you go and watch the Snooze Clues video, we talk about the person that is on the phone, Randy, at that time, has so much inside knowledge on Randy and his infatuation with Sydney that it would only be Stu on the phone, right? So if you really go back and listen to that conversation, there's a lot of little hints and things that all right, Mrs. Loomis is not going to know that, and Mickey's not going to know that stuff. It has to be somebody that's from back in Woodsboro that would be able to bait Randy. And it's also the person that gets pissed off when Randy goes off and says that they were a bunch of pussies. And then that Ghostface instantly gets mad, and then he goes right at Randy with personal details.
Well, I will say he specifically called Billy a pussy, and that's what got him killed.
Mama's boy. He said he was a
Yeah,
mama's boy.
I'm
And
definitely gonna have to
then-
go back and rewatch that scene, but I don't
Well,
know.
I recently rewatched it, and he calls Billy a mama's boy, and that's when he gets murked. And then Mrs. Loomis's line in there was, watch your mouth to Sydney about talking about my son. I got a little stab happy when he badmouthed my son.
Yeah, but you know what? How often do serial killers claim other bodies sometimes as their own? So that's why I
Not
never.
as often as you might think. I watched too many investigation shows. There's two people that were known for accepting, like they were actual like people who were known for just taking credit for other people's kills. But other than that, it's not that common in comparison to like what you're theorizing in the movie. It's not impossible, but I would say that it's like if Stu's
What the hell
fuck
is that?
that noise? Why was there a demon?
Someone feed a gremlin? What the fuck?
Who
is
got that
going on?
Demogorgon in here?
What the hell's going on?
What?
Marcus just fell off camera.
Who shit?
What is
Who
going
shit
on?
at Sam?
Is that your dog, Marcus? Yeah.
Oh my god!
The dog was just like, I'm tired of these theories.
It's the Demodog.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I remember what the fuck I was saying. No, I lost my earbud.
All right.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus, that was amazing.
We got an exorcism taking place on the podcast, guys. I hope you're happy.
All right. So going back to that Jill item there. So Lizzie is saying, I think it'll be Jill simply based on a theory I have about one of the Ghostface calls in 4 and the one in the 7 trailer. It's not my favorite possible reality, but something couldn't unnotice once I did.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't notice that, so I'll have to watch it again.
All I know is if they do follow the formula of Scream 3, it's a long lost relative somehow. It's a long lost relative somehow. It's either, like I said, it has to be either
Sydney's mom.
Jill. Yeah, it could be Sydney's mom too, you know? It could be. It could be.
The
It
whole
could be.
start of this is Maureen Prescott being murdered.
She's not murdered.
Back in
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, exactly. No, but what I'm saying is it could be a relative, man. I'm telling you, if they follow again, but the difference is you have the original writer, so who knows? But if it has to be a relative, Jill is one of them. If she didn't get shot in the head,
Oh, that's true, because
yeah.
he didn't want a relative coming in, right? Like he wanted Stu back as the sole Ghostface. I'm sorry, just to touch on the Maureen Prescott thing. If they did the Maureen Prescott thing, it's like then
What was it
Maureen
all for?
wins, right?
No, then what is it all for? Honestly,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
the hell was the past 6 fucking films about?
That's the easy question, right? Like, because the easy question is that's fucking like, why would you do that?
It
And the
is
answer is because it's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But the more difficult question is like, how do you have Sydney kill her mom? And you don't. You have Maureen win there. Sydney's counter opponent is not somebody who can outmaneuver her based on her age. It's somebody who can take her out because she's too traumatized to be able to react. But at the same time, Maureen's
But
gonna
then-
be fucking 80. She'll be like 80 years old.
Yeah.
So,
But
"I'm
then,
gonna
but then,
get you."
but then
Walker
you
has
have
knives
then
on
you
him.
have the daughter that can do it because she's just like, I have no relation to you. Bang
Yeah,
bang.
and that see,
Yep.
and your that's why when you said the relative thing, I was thinking that it's a good idea to like, oh, your surprise relative is actually just Sydney's daughter.
Did Roman get shot in the head?
No, he got
Yes.
shot in the chest.
No, he did.
He did. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did at the end.
Yep.
He kept getting shot in the chest and kept going forward, and then
That's
by,
right.
by Dewey, and then he's like,
Mhm.
in the head.
It's just
as
gonna.
if,
It's
the
just gonna
cops
come
shouldn't
out.
know that.
You
It's
know
just
what they're
gonna
gonna
come
do,
out.
man? They're gonna do something so dumb because it's been reported before in real life. The bullet's gonna get stuck in his head, and he didn't die.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I was
And then
literally
Roman's
just about to
back.
say- I was literally just about to say it's gonna be like all of the people that we've seen get like iced in the
Murked.
fucking head,
Mhm.
and it's gonna be like by some miracle they're all still alive.
What the-
Necro Comic-Con, baby!
Somehow Roman has returned.
The Roman scene is like Spider-Man No Way Home, or no, Far From Home, right? It's a dream sequence where he turns into a zombie or something shit like that.
Yeah,
Oh my
King
God.
Matthew,
dude.
King
No, we're
Matthew
gonna get a
actually called it out
Palpatine
before.
situation.
Yeah, but King Matthew called it out before, like, "Hey, Sam coming back would be too much. Like, I know what you did last summer. Here's the Roman scene. It's the dream sequence, and I know what you did last summer, the reboot, where it's
Yeah.
like, Roman, is that you? And then just turns around and turns into a fucking zombie.
Dude, but again, this is why I have trouble emulating 3. I hope they don't emulate 3 too much because we already got Sydney like seeing shit.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We already got that. But I don't want to see that, man. You know?
It wouldn't make sense. Like, why is she relapsing back into psychosis, like into like unhealthy psychosis after all of
That's
these
my point.
after all these decades? Because it's like realistically, it's been about 20 years since Scream 3, almost. So like, why is she now all of a sudden seeing shit again? Like,
Yep.
I would only see that her.
What?
apparently
Okay.
Lucas is dying over there.
So here's a balls to the wall theory since you guys like those so much. I mean, what if they just kill the kid early on?
Well, because the whole plot is about her being chased.
Yeah.
Yep.
I still say this. I still say the whole Roman thing and all them is either the voice changer or it's going to be like Scream 6. They're going to show footage of back in the day and it's Roman and all of them, right? And then the big reveal is
Having a
Sam,
meeting.
again, being the illegitimate daughter of Sydney.
Having a little Kool-Aid meeting, I guess.
Yep. King Matthew threw this in there when we were talking about it before. I didn't catch it, but Sydney could have had help with Dewey with putting Sam up for adoption before the events of Scream 2, which is why Dewey and Sydney are so close in Scream 2.
It's not a bad theory.
not a
Like
bad-
he uses his police know-how, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah, but also
And
remember. Go ahead.
Halloween 2! That makes sense. Halloween 2, where the reveal that the cop takes the baby.
Well, I was gonna say, like, right, like Stu and Billy, Stu, Tatum's boyfriend, and Billy, Sydney's boyfriend, both played a hand in taking out Tatum and stabbing Dewey. So he would be more than willing to be like, yeah, let's get rid of Billy's fucking spawn of Satan and never have to deal with it again. Like, I would think that would be somewhat reasonable, especially since he's just off the cusp of being stabbed in the back. Like, literally, like he got stabbed. I think that he would help. I think that that's a good theory.
And here's my stupid theory.
Dewey
on
coming
top of that.
back. That's how Dewey comes back. Is he comes back in that fucking flashback where they're putting Sam up for adoption. Oh, we're
Listen,
connecting the dots.
Let's go.
Ooh,
Listen,
I need to
here,
learn
you
about
want to hear the stupid theory of mine? Here's the stupid theory of how we retcon part 5. Sam's mom couldn't have kids or had a miscarriage, something like that, at the hospital, and then gets her as a baby. That's it.
And then, like, she misread the journal. Was like, where instead of like, oh, she had the kid with Billy. It's like, oh, she is Billy's kid and she adopted the kid. So she has misread how the
That's
paragraph
Sydney's
of the
journal.
words-
Oh!
That would, yeah, that could be
Sydney's journal.
interesting.
Maybe
That would
maybe
be
they lived in
interesting.
Sydney's house, and that wasn't her mom's journal.
Oh
That was
my
Sydney's
God,
journal.
right.
Wait. What if her mom's name
That's
is
right.
SP,
There you go.
as maiden name? What if like it's Sydney
Oh.
SP, right?
Nightmare on
Sam
Elm Street
Carpenter's
2.
Mom's maiden name initials are SP, so she just assumed it's like, oh, well, my maiden name is SP and initials, so she just assumed that was her mom. But actually, it's Sam Carpenter. We're breaking Lucas, but it's actually Sydney Prescott.
No, I'm fine.
That would make sense. That
would make
I think
sense.
That plays well. It's just how does that journal get in that house? Like,
I don't know,
it's
Nightmare on Elm Street
Sydney's
2.
house.
Nightmare on Elm
It's
Street
Sydney's
2.
house.
Was it Stu's house? No, it's not Stu. Amber lived there. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm connecting things wrong.
Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street 2, when they move into Nancy's house, they find the journal. There you go. Scream.
Yep,
Yes.
there we go, baby.
Yes.
Let's go.
Oh, do you have an idea? You're pretty erect there, Santa.
Whoa,
Dude,
whoa,
that is
I'm
a
a wizard.
crazy. But you know what though? I get it. It's not the greatest to like fix this, but it
But
works.
it makes sense. It makes sense. And also, it would be like if we didn't think of it, I think that we would probably be sitting in theaters like, oh shit, that
Dude,
makes sense. I
Listen,
like that.
I swear, I would jump more than Stu being in there if all of our theories were right. I'm like, whoa!
Okay,
People in the
that's-
theater would look at me like, what is
Yeah.
your
I
deal?
called it. That's what you're going to do in the
We
theaters. I
fucking
called
called
it.
Well,
Yeah.
And then that's where you get up with the shirt, scan the back, bitches. We called it. Watch it.
Yep, right here. I will wear my notebook shirt. Be like, yo,
Any if you want to hear more theories that we're right about.
yeah, let's go.
Well, to your point though, like we're like even if Stu is in this and he reveals whatever, like however Stu is in this physically, we saw it coming because he was casted. We've been wanting to see Matthew Lillard in this franchise again since the fucking first one. Or I mean, I guess you can say the third one because of the script leaks.
Wait, Noah, to your point.
Yes.
If Matthew Lillard is the whole puppet master of all of this, right? And he learned from Roman, he could have planted Sydney's diary in the house.
There you go. Yep, to reignite everything that he wants to take place. Yes. I love that. But also to your point, I would love to see that whole entire storyline playing out just because from a writer standpoint, it's so fucking intelligently good to do that shit and get it to work. Whereas with Stu, it's like, all right, we're going to see Matthew Lillard for like 2 minutes, like we did in Five Nights at Freddy's 1 and Five Nights at Freddy's 2, and then that's it. Nope. Because realistically, even if Stu is in this as a Ghostface or just in it as a physical body, it's a fucking cameo. We're not seeing him for this entire movie. So I could jump. I could be. I'm not going to. Like, I'm not gonna jump. But yes, I get to see Daddy Lillard again. But other than that, it's just. It's not gonna be as big as we're expecting it to be,
dude. But that it would go to the whole theory of what your dad said. That Dave said is that Stu was the mastermind the whole time. That Billy was the fall guy, and Stu was the mastermind with Roman. It makes sense.
Yeah, and maybe Roman started this and like wanting to get revenge on Sydney and Maureen, but saying that Stu started the cult in some capacity, that would be kind of interesting. Unless he's burning it all down, because like that's what we're getting from Scream 7. If he's burning it all down, maybe he saw the cult was built in Billy's image instead of his image, and that's why he wants it torn down.
Nice.
So stay tuned for January. What Danny is talking about with the Stu Roman connection. That video has been written. It has to be recorded.
Segue number 2.
Segue number 2.
And then we're gonna have to add a shot rule where we take a shot for every segue.
Yeah.
All right. So we got we'll go with a couple more comments and then we'll wrap it. So we got Solar AJ saying that Tatum is using AI. That would be good.
I don't understand how that works. Though. Like,
no, well, that
so
wouldn't make sense because doesn't Dewey have like Tatum's thing?
No, Tatum, Sydney's daughter. Using the AI.
Oh, that Tatum. Oh, that she's the killer. Boo.
Like that would be a relative, I guess, for the movie. But I don't know. I would see that as being very lame.
I think that she should die in the first 5 minutes.
I don't think she should die, and I don't think she should be a
people dying in the
Ghostface.
first 5 minutes are in the trailer, and they're dying in the trailer.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that what happened to Sydney's other daughter. The other daughter that mysteriously vanished.
I was gonna ask, what do you think happened to her? I was gonna say, like, maybe she.
Wait, the daughter mysteriously vanished?
There's 2.
There's 2 kids.
Sydney has 2 kids.
And they're not showing one?
They're only showing one.
Oh, man. If she's a ghost face and be like, you were mommy's favorite. Oh, man.
See, here's my thought with it, right?
Mommy, like, maybe you wore toys on
what if she dies the baby from like a fetal disease? Like we've seen, like that's a thing that could happen. It would be very heavy to touch on in a Scream movie to see like a baby like dying from something completely random, but it would also explain. It would be very logical and very natural to explain. It would be, though. It would be very natural to explain that a baby died from a baby illness.
You forgot Dewey's line in Scream 5. He said how the girls are marked. Remember?
Yeah.
So there's 3 kids?
2. Mark is the husband.
He said how the girls are marked when she was jogging with the stroller.
What does that have to do with the inconsistency of her dying naturally as a child?
Because you kept saying as a fetus. So I was like,
whatever. Like, they were in strollers though. You put.
I just watched that movie. Not good.
I'd rather not. But Noah, to your point, there's another spinoff. If like her daughter's elsewhere for school or some dumb shit, right?
But like
or vacation.
If the kid doesn't die, though, how does it make sense that she only has one daughter in this damn movie? Like, even if the daughter is not dead, she has to. But it doesn't make sense, though. Like, she's just off doing her own thing.
look, Scream is filled with a lot of mistakes. Like,
Well, I
we
mean,
could talk about like all these things that we can piece together and fix all the problems that Scream has. It's really not well written because it has so many mistakes after part 1.
I understand that, but like with the parts that are not
okay.
well written, there's still substantial theories. Whereas like the daughter's just gone. There's nothing that explains why the daughter is gone. Yeah, sure, she could go to college or whatever, but she's like we would have to assume that that's the older daughter then. Regardless, I don't know. I think that would make more sense if the kid just died. I think you just kill the kid off early on.
I just don't want it. I just don't want it to be that the daughter is fucking Ghostface, dude.
That would be so stupid. Because then again, you still have to play it as like Sydney would have to assume that this kid is gone somewhere, and it has to be believable. And I just can't see it being believable unless they retcon it. Like they're gonna retcon it, or she's dead. Like that's my only acceptance to this.
So 420's got in there. The bad guy in Scream 7 is going to be the main dude from Sons of Anarchy.
Dude, you fucking ruined it.
Charlie Hunnam?
Dude.
I can't see them just throwing any, like, even if it was him, right? Like, man, you got to have a good story to introduce a brand new character into the entire franchise that you don't see in the trailers or anything like that. That's tough. That's tough.
You have 7 movies, you're getting the same thing. It's the same fucking formula. Sydney comes in, the Ghostface appear, and then Sydney wins. And it was the same thing even with Sam, but at least with Sam, it was a new story, and we were getting we were going to get a new outcome at least, where she was going to be Ghostface. But unless we get something like, oh yeah, we know who the Ghostface is right off the fucking get-go. First 5 minutes, we find out who Ghostface is. Yes, I know my earbuds are low battery. Thank you, Raycon. But we need to see the killer in the beginning of this movie to know who's going at them, and then see their reactions to the group in this movie that it's circling around. Other than that, it's the same fucking formula, and I don't want to see it.
All right, so this is the last question we'll take, and then I'll have a question for you guys.
And then I got the key.
So there's one mystery about the Scream franchise that doesn't make sense to me. Why didn't Roman go after Sydney's father, Neil Prescott? He's innocent.
Well, not only that, they were supposed to. Remember the first one? They actually did go against.
His father. Yeah. He was the fall guy. Yeah,
he was the fall guy.
Yeah. Yep. Oh right, yeah. And then that connection didn't pan out. So really, what's the purpose of having him, like killing him? Like, there's no there's no purpose to it.
All right, so now we'll end on this. My question to all of you guys, right? So, if it turns out that it's just AI for Stu,
I'm walking out.
Yeah, I'm gone. I'm gone.
Like I could sit. The movie could be 2 hours. I could sit through an hour and 50 minutes. I will fucking leave if they decide to just go the route. It's a new killer, random killer. It's Tatum, the daughter of Sydney, or some random shit, and then it's all AI. I will walk out, and that'll be our first reaction. That'll be our first movie theater reaction.
The bar is already so low, we are practically tiptoeing in hell.
You know, man, it's for me, there was only 2 movies. There's one movie I ever walked out in, and like for real, I was like, I'm out. Like I couldn't stand the movie. But the only one that I was pissed, that I was legitimate pissed about, and I walked out of the theater, I waited till the ending, but legit, as soon as it ended, I was like, I'm out, and I just walked out, and people started laughing, was not this last Mission Impossible, the Mission Impossible before. Because all that build up for no fucking payoff in the end. And I was like, what? And they're like, well, it's a 2-parter. And I'm like, no. And I was like, I'm out. And I walked out.
I think where I didn't fall into that disappointment was that I didn't see the second to last one until the last one was already being announced to be in. It was a couple days before it was in theater, so I knew it was a 2-parter that was being set up for the big finale. So I didn't get disappointed by that.
I knew it was a 2-parter, but there's still no payoff to that movie, like at all. You know what I mean? There's no payoff to cliffhang into the second one. Nothing.
There should have been an extreme loss. You're right. Yeah. There should have been a loss in that film.
Honestly, if that happens with Matthew Lillard at the end, they reveal all of that bullshit was AI. I'm out, bro. I'm like, I'm done. I'm like,
I would probably be done. To the person
who franchise won't recover.
Yeah, to people who said we're negative, Nancy's talking about it last week. If this happens and we get disappointed, just you fucking wait. Because the rest of Scream conversations are just going to be like, you.
Yeah. Danny and Marcus, you guys missed that. Yeah.
Yeah, you really.
Why are you guys
because
so negative about
Yeah,
Scream 7? It's like
yeah.
we were. We're just telling you that it could go
because
off
like
the
we don't
rails.
want to be negative about these things, but like when you see what's going on and really reading the behind the scenes bullshit of it all, it's hard not to be because you expect what's going on in this movie because of previous iterations of this franchise and other movies. Like you just know what's gonna happen because you know the formula. You watch it too much, you understand it too much. So unless they pull out some big baller moves, like hey, by the way, our third testicle was actually right here and it's Sam Carpenter. I don't like. I'm not even gonna say I give a fuck if Stu is in it because we know he's in it. So and unless he's something big with his character, I don't care. Like I don't care.
Yep.
I
agree,
only
Noah.
care because it's my
Listen,
dad.
I'm
my
never gonna be
physical
upset that
father.
Matthew Lillard's getting work, but
Yeah,
it's
no.
always like Matthew Lillard's getting work for like 2 minutes. He's
Yeah.
5 minutes. That's it.
Listen, I can top it off how worse it could be. You ready for it? You want to how even worse than that? You can have like the Invisible Man, the most recent one with the body changing suit, and it's like face of the other people. That's even
AI
worse.
faces. That oh my god.
What is Marvel Agents of
We're getting
Steel?
a winter
Even worse, bro.
baby.
Oh my god.
I just hope Lillard isn't, regulated to a cameo as small as like what Skeet was in Bionitis at first.
Yep.
Oh my fucking!
I think that was a pickup scene.
Black room.
Lucas, what were you gonna say about your dad?
Whoa.
Talk to us about your family issues.
Oh no, I was just saying that Matthew Lillard, my father. I don't know. I Danny was talking about Mission Impossible earlier, and I was gonna say I don't watch Mission Impossible because I don't. But I also just I don't know. I have to reiterate, my bar is really low for this movie. It's not, regardless of what happens, it can either really surprise me by being decent, or it could really, not shock me and be bad.
All right, so I think there it is. So next week, regardless if there's Scream news or not, we're doing our holiday slashers rankings, and we're gonna be, instead of drinking, Noah has sent out some.
I want eggnog.
Jelly bellies, like all
eggnog.
different flavors. So
Christmas theme bean boozled jelly beans. We're
I'm gonna need a drink just eating that stuff, man.
I'm doing both. Why not? Getting the holiday season, right?
You gotta get guys. That's what I'm saying. I say you Marcus and Danny, you guys book a flight, get down here, and we'll sit down. We'll have some homemade eggnog and we'll drink ourselves silly.
Yeah, just buy a plane ticket to it's only like
all
$5.
these flavors. Like, good God, bro. Oh.
Yeah,
I haven't.
What if the gasoline or something? Like, how the fuck do you know the flavor of gasoline? Please.
Alrighty, you can smell it, you get the taste. So that's what we're talking about. That's what we're going to talk about next week. So it'll be interesting to see where that's at. But everybody, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week. Have a great week. Talk to you soon.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I
Next
took it
week
off
we'll be
because
talking
it got
about
itchy.
We're talking about Santa, and then after that, Twilight right
Oh my God. Twilight, man.
I can't wait. Vampires and Wolverines.